YouTube channel, and today I want to comment on uh, Shanny for Shanny for herself, Shanny for weed. I refuse to call that woman Shanny for Christ. Shanny for weed or Shanny for herself. Um, Community post and the things that she said in that community post. Okay, so if you go to her channel, The Losers Club, you can actually see that she made several community posts in the last 24 hours. I'm not going to be discussing the one with Just Breezing, mainly because I don't know that much about Just Breezing, and I don't want to talk about something I don't know that much about. All right. What I will do, however, is I'm going to talk about at least two of them. One of them that she made about a Calvinist, and one of them that she made about myself. Now, if you want to hear, um, actually, I will talk about Just Breezing a little bit, actually, because you know what? She's appropriate for this one. Even if our beliefs might be a little bit different, I'll definitely talk about her now that I think about it. And I apologize for starting late. I had to get to this park to do this because chaos at home. So anyway, look. The first thing that she did was that oh, come on. My phone just decided it wanted to reload for some reason. So ridiculous. But anyway, I'll get to um, to this in a moment. I guess I can make a couple of announcements until this thing actually reloads, or I'm going to have to summarize what was said. I am not lying to you guys. My phone decided that it wanted to reload right in the middle of all of this. Absolutely hilarious. And because I'm doing a live stream, I can't really show everybody what I'm talking about on my phone here. How am I going to do this? All right. So she made a post about a Calvinist on here, and she was talking about how this particular Calvinist committed adultery and how everybody is actually going after her. Actually, oh, here we go. So it did it again. Now let me actually read it. Stop beating around the bush and get right to it. I should have pre-recorded this like I was going to. As soon as this thing stops doing all of this nonsense, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just give me a second here, guys. I'm sitting on the bottom of this tree and I'm sliding down. Okay, so let's do this again. The community post says this: I really wonder why so many Calvinists cheat on their wives, but at the same time, they go after the LGBT. In my humble opinion, cheating is far more damaging to the human soul than you are attracted to. Maybe you should fix the problems of your faith before going after, other people or whatever, right? Now, for those of you who don't know who she was talking about, now this could be a lot of people, but I think specifically she's talking about a YouTuber called the Bible Thumping Weenut. Years ago, the Bible Thumping Weenut was criticizing Shanny and other people in here, like Rand Campbell, Sabella, and some other people in here. And then what happened was it came out because Christians confide with one another. You know what I mean? So the Bible Thumping Weenut confided in a YouTuber by the name of Raw. I think it's Raw 1969 or something like that. I think it was at the time, or Raw 69 or whatever. And it turns out that the Bible Thumping Weenut cheated on his wife. Now, before I knew anything about that, the only thing I knew about the Bible Thumping Weenut is that he was a Calvinist. He's debated several people online, and that we had differing beliefs. I've debated him a couple of times. I've had some arguments with him. But aside from that, I really didn't know that much about the man's personal life. He drove a truck too. I knew that about him. And that sometimes he went past my house when he drove he ain't past my house, but he drove in the city that I was in, not very far from me. That's all I knew about the man until Raw actually put that information out there. Now, when that information came out, Shanny and the rest of us found out about this too, obviously. So Shanny has never dropped talking about that. But Shanny, if you're watching this, Shanny, I find it very interesting that you would talk about infidelity when you yourself are guilty of that. You see the difference between yourself, I would say Just Breezing, because she's accusing Just Breezing of being an alcoholic or a former alcoholic, and accusing Carrie of being a former alcoholic. The difference between them, Shanny, is that you are still in yours. You are still doing these things, and these other people stop doing that stuff. The Weenut stopped. Just Breezing, from what I understand, has been sober for 5 years, according to Carrie, and Carrie hasn't drunk anything in a while. That seems to be the big difference between them and you. You know what I mean? Well, there's a lot of other differences too. They actually have self-respect for their body and a whole bunch of other stuff and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. But the point of the matter is that these people don't continue doing those things. Where you, Shanny, make excuses for the things that you do. All right, so I'm gonna put that out there first. And then there's this nonsense that she put out there with me. Let me read all of this so that you guys can see this here. Okay, so that everybody can see what's going on here. So G-Man, she says, your failed attempts at provocation are an utter fail. Want to know why? At first I thought this was Rev saying this, but I think this is Shandy speaking here. It says, number one, you're an idiot, and I've known this for 10 years. So that was number one. Shandy called me an idiot. That was original. Number two, she said, I know when you're playing a game because I've tried to talk you out over acting like this towards others for years. That's number two. Number three, you put on the clothes of Christianity so you won't be held accountable for your petty vengeance, shallow name calling, and your pathetic slandering of others. Number four, people are using your fragile emotional state to attack me and are too ignorant to know the difference. Then she says, so keep talking your crap, and I'll keep hearing whispers that you are talking crap, and I'll never pay attention to you because basically you are arguing with a wall. You're a fake, a fraud, and the love of Jesus Christ is not in you. Don't like it, suck it. This is precisely what she said in her community post. Everything that I say from here on out is justified. She made this about me. Woo! Where do I start? Okay, so Shanny, if I'm an idiot, Shanny, how come I'm not with you? That's my first thing. If I'm an idiot, why am I not with you? I should have obviously fell for your web of lies and should have been with you right now. I should have been licking you and sucking you and all this other nasty stuff that you talk about on YouTube. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, I'm no idiot. Okay, number two, you said that let me get this one here real quick. Hold on. You said number two that I'm playing a game on here. No, Shanny, I'm not playing a game. The issue is that you lied to me, woman. You lied to me. You lied to me when you told I'm sorry, you ain't just lied to me. You lied to everybody else out there when you tried to ruin my reputation like you ruined Jason's by going out there and trying to say that I gave you a death sentence because I had to get minor surgery on my back so that I can be able to be able to take care of myself. And you thought that I just was obligated to take care of a grown behind woman who was perfectly capable of working. Okay? Number three. You says, I put on the clothes of Christianity so I won't be held accountable for your petty vengeance, shallow name calling, and your pathetic slandering of others. Shanny, let's get into what Christians actually teach, and let's compare and contrast that to your claim. All right. My Bible says, do unto others as you will want done unto you, right? My Bible also tells me that if your enemy hungers, feed them. If they're thirsty, give them something to drink. My Bible also tells me to love one another, right? So when you was kicked out of Boulder, Colorado, and you had nowhere to go, and I gave you somewhere to live, and I was feeding you, and I was putting clothes on your back, and I was taking care of your children because your man wasn't capable of doing that because he's too lazy to work. When you have publicly has said on multiple times that I was paying your bills, and your man said I was paying your bills, and all of the like, what do you mean by that I'm putting on the clothes of Christianity? Do you think you're the only person on here I've ever done anything for? And I'll leave it at that. You stupid, Shanny. Number four, she says, people are using your fragile emotional state to attack me, and you are too ignorant to know the difference. No, Shanny, you're stupid. The people, and I've heard the things that people were saying about me in your chat. Because I'm blocked, I can't tell you that I never said those things. So here's the thing, Shanny. They say the majority of the things that they're going in your chat right now and saying to you, Shanny, about me is trolling. Most of that stuff I never said, Shanny. Most of that stuff I never said. I never said that stuff, Shanny. They're trolling you to get a reaction out of you, and you're not smart enough to be able to see that. I've heard some hilarious things. As a matter of fact, what I might do is I might start rewarding these trolls every time they go in there and trick you into believing something that's not true. That's what I might start doing. I'm gonna start shouting them out on this channel because they're making you look like an idiot. When Carrie's listening to the trollish comment, she's like, "Oh, come on, Shanny, you believe that? You believe that, Shanny?" Because you know what? I'm sitting back there saying the same thing because I'm not saying none of that stuff, Shanny. If I got a problem with you, you do understand that my house ain't that far from you, and if I really, really, really wanted to be a jerk, I'd just show up. People are saying, G-Man, don't do that because you can call the police. Shanny, that's not necessarily true. And one of these days, I am going to do a live stream in front of that house, and you're not even going to know I'm there. I'm going to show you just the extent of your stupidity one day. I'm really going to show you the extent of your stupidity one day. See, while I can't come to your house, it doesn't mean I can't come in the neighborhood. All right. So, Shanny, you're saying, so keep talking snot, or keep talking crap. Crap ain't a curse. So keep talking your crap, and I'll keep hearing whispers that you are talking crap, and I'll never pay attention to you. Shanny, you watch my channel every day. You watch my channel and you demonstrate it with your live chat. A lot of some of these things about you touching your husband and all this other stuff is directed towards me. Because you ain't going after Carrie. Carrie got a man. You ain't going after Just Breezing. Just Breezing's doing just fine. So you're going after me, and I think everybody knows that by now. So you ain't going after Drag, because Drag doesn't even know you exist anymore. You ain't going after Burnt Toast because she barely talks about you. Who is that directed towards? Like, cut the baloney. All right? So here's the thing, Shanny. Here's the thing. You can talk about my Christianity all you want, but I can tell you this. If I've done something wrong, I can tell you this. If I know that is wrong, I have acknowledged it and I turned away from it. Right? What about you? What about you? Presently, right now, you are not married to the person that you're with. You have lied to everyone on social media and have said on multiple occasions that Jason is your husband. He is not your common law husband according to Pennsylvania law or according to Boulder, Colorado law, Shanny. You are committing fornication. What about the adulterous actions that you committed when you were married? What about those adulterous actions that you committed when you was with Chris? You're quick to tell everybody that Chris cheated with your best friend, but you're slow to tell everybody that you and Jason have phone sex, which is, and I agree with Carrie. I totally agree with Carrie. This is her observation, that the only reason that he can't be away from you and you can't be away from him is that because both of you are cheaters, then neither one of you trust each other. I agree with Carrie on that. And I'm not kissing Carrie's butt or nothing like that. She's making solid points. She's making good points. Her and her husband are making good points. And Shanny, when are you going to start making YouTube videos showing that Carrie is a liar or I'm a liar or anybody else is a liar with actual receipts? You can't do it. You want to know why, Shanny? Because you know they're telling the truth. That's why you're attacking people in your community posts, turning your chat off, and you don't want nobody going after you. But like I said, it's all fine. I got my own channel. And unlike you, Shanny, I got people listening to me. Nobody's paying you no mind, honey. Nobody's paying you any mind. Now, what I found really interesting, Shanny, is I paid, and I got a screenshot of this too. Apparently, you and your man are going to stop smoking and stop using Delta 8. Nobody believes you. I think some people are hopeful that that's actually true. But I'll say this, Shanny. That $7 that you wanted yesterday, I was this close to giving you Tylenol. This close. But Rev made a video, and I believe, what did he say? G-Man, I don't want your sympathy, and I want you to leave me alone. I have $20 right there on my Cash App. But then I remembered you said that, and I was like, you want to know what? Sorry, man. I respect you, Rev. I can't give you anything because you said it was you who said, sir, to not give you any sympathy and to not to give you anything. And I'm not going to give you any sympathy. And I'm not going to give you anything. Okay? But I tell you this, Rev. I'll tell you this. If me and you were friends, you wouldn't be begging for no cookies. You would be eating, oh my God, man, you'll be eating Subways, Blimpies, you'll be eating Chinese, you'll be eating, you'll have a warm roof over your head. You will be taken care of for a little while. You know what I mean? But as long as you're with Shanny, that ain't never going to happen. Now, Shanny, last thing I want to say is I want to also agree with Carrie when she said that you get on here and you tell people that you don't want nobody involved in your personal life. But it is you who got on here in your same community post, and you said, sir, and I'm sorry, ma'am, you said that that your man gave you 2 orgasms. Now, what if I decided to come on here and do a video on nothing but that comment? You're going to go on your channel. You're going to say, well, nobody should be in my business and my personal life. Well, this is where Carrie makes her good point. You see, you want everybody in your personal life. That's why you vlog on the internet all the time, because you want everybody in your personal life. Now, you know who else vlogs on here? I think a little bit. Truthfully, Trisha. I never really hear her whine and complain the way you do. What she does is she trolls and trolls back. That's what she does. But I don't think I've ever heard her say, not as many times as I've heard you say, that you don't want nobody involved in your personal life. Well, if you don't want me in your personal life, stop talking about it. Because as long as you're on social media, people are going to do that. You know what I mean? So just want to put that out there, ladies and gents. Just want to put that out there. Shanny, stop lying about me in your community posts. And for the people who have been asking me how long am I going to continue to talk about Shanny on this channel, I think I'm going to do this until I get my apology from her, because she lied about that. Well, she lied about a couple of things. Number one, she lied about the death sentence I gave her. She lied about getting a job. She lied about getting assistance from the government. Rev lied to me about getting a job, and I want apologies for these things. And if they don't, I'm going to keep exposing them on here. Now, some people on here are complaining that they're blocked on this YouTube channel. One of these people happened to be Lubis. Lubis, you are blocked on my YouTube channel because every time I turn around, dude, you're trying to get me to argue things that I don't particularly care about arguing about, dude. So you're going to remain blocked until you cut it out. That's your punishment. Okay? So, I'm sorry here. Hold on a minute. There we go. Yeah, she used me. Absolutely. She used me, and I lost thousands messing with her. Thousands trying to help her and help her get back on her feet. Because I told them on multiple occasions that my goal for them was to watch them get back on their feet and actually try to do well. But that's not their goal. All they care about, man, is getting enough money to get Delta 8 so they can get high. But that one thing I could tell about her recent streams is that the uncle's putting pressure on her. I can tell, because Rev is feeling nervous again. He's starting to get a little anxious about his living situation. Okay, that means the uncle is telling them, hey, have you guys doing your paperwork? Because you can't stay here forever. I'm trying to sell the house. That, first of all, the uncle is not rich like Rev was. I'm sorry, the uncle doesn't have as much money as the way Rev has. He's retired, and he needs money just like the rest of us. And every month he has to pay that electric bill, and every month he has to pay. He's helping these two, so they're gonna have to move soon. I even think that's one of the reasons why she's not making videos, because there's noise complaints in that neighborhood. I'm almost positive that people are complaining about the amount of noise that they're making over there. So although I can't confirm that and prove that, one of these days I am going to sneak over there. I'm going to give you guys a special stream. I'm going to sneak over there, and when I know she's raging, I'm going to get an Uber. I'm going to run over there if I'm in Scranton at the time. And then what I'll do is I'll hit the play button so you guys can hear just how loud she is, because those walls are very thin over there in those houses over there. Everybody can hear everything that's being said over there. All right. So Shanny, this is my response to your community post. What I would recommend you do so that you can stop looking so stupid on social media is to research when people say I said certain things. There's enough people on here that don't like me that will tell you straight up that I'm lying about the things. I'm saying that I actually said the things that I said. And if they don't confirm it, you need not believe it. All right. You guys have a good day. I'll try to go live a little bit later, as I want to continue to talk about Shanny's infidelity and how she doesn't respect any man that she actually gets involved with. Later.